You know what's destroying your peace right now? It's not your problem. It's the fact that you've been lied to your entire life about where your power actually comes from. They told you that if you just worked harder, made more money, got that promotion, found the right relationship, then you'd finally feel okay. But you did all that, or you're trying to, and you still feel like a leaf in the wind, getting tossed around by every comment, every setback, every unexpected change. Here's the truth. You're suffering because you're fighting a battle you can never win. You're trying to control things that were never yours to control. But what if I told you that 2,000 years ago, a man who was literally born into slavery discovered the secret to being completely unshakable? His name was Epictetus, and today I'm sharing 10 principles that will fundamentally transform how you experience life. Let's dive in. Principle 1, the dichotomy of control. This principle alone will save you years of suffering. Everything in your life falls into two categories: things you can control and things you cannot control. And here's what's killing you. You've been spending all your emotional energy on the wrong category. Think about what upset you this week. Someone criticized you, not in your control. Traffic made you late, not in your control. That post didn't get likes, not in your control. You're torturing yourself over things that were never yours to control in the first place. But here's your true power. You control your thoughts, your reactions, your effort, your character, how you treat people. That's your kingdom. Imagine waking up tomorrow and only caring about what's actually in your control. How much lighter would you feel? All that stress would dissolve because you'd stop fighting battles you can't win. Principle 2, accept what happens. When you resist reality, when you argue with what's already happened, you choose to suffer. Your business partner betrays you. That already happened. You can spend 6 months replaying it, feeling the anger burn through you, or you can accept it happened and ask the only question that matters. What am I going to do now? Acceptance isn't about being okay with what happened. You don't have to like it. Acceptance is acknowledging reality without adding resistance on top. Because your resistance doesn't change the past, it only poisons your present. Principle 3, everything is about perspective. Nothing that happens to you is inherently good or bad. Every single thing is neutral until your mind judges it. Think about the worst thing that ever happened to you. Has anything good come from it? Did it make you stronger, teach you something, redirect your path toward something better? Two people can go through the same tragedy and come out completely different. One becomes bitter, the other becomes wise. Same event, different perspective, different life. And here's the power. You get to choose your perspective. When something happens, ask yourself, how do I want to interpret this? What meaning do I want to give this? Principle 4, you're not your circumstances. Epictetus was born a slave, literally no freedom whatsoever. Yet he became one of the wisest philosophers in history. How? Because he understood that your circumstances are just the stage you're on, they're not the actor. You are not your bank account, your job title, your relationship status. You are the consciousness experiencing all of these things. That core self cannot be touched by anything external unless you allow it. Your worth comes from your character, from how you treat people, from the integrity you maintain. Nobody can take that from you. Principle 5. Focus on the process, not the outcome. You're stressed about hitting your goals, about outcomes. But outcomes depend on so many variables beyond your control that attaching your peace to them guarantees suffering. Here's what you can control: your effort, your consistency, your improvement, your dedication. Let's say you're building a business. You can't control whether customers choose you, but you can control showing up every day, learning from failures, and treating customers with excellence. When you focus on the process, you're successful every single day, regardless of results. Success becomes about the person you're becoming through that effort. Principle 6, train your perceptions. Every emotion you feel starts with a perception. Someone cuts you off in traffic, you perceive it as disrespect, that triggers anger. But what if they were rushing to the hospital? Different perception, different emotion. Most of your perceptions are just habits you've never questioned. Every time you have a strong reaction, pause and investigate. What am I thinking right now? Is that thought true? Is there another way to see this? This training makes you the master of your mind instead of its servant. Principle 7. Remember you're going to die. I know you don't want to think about this, but avoiding it is costing you the life you could be living. You're going to die. I'm going to die. None of us knows when. Right now you're living like you have infinite time. Holding grudges, putting off dreams, sweating the small stuff. When you truly internalize your mortality, everything changes. That argument seems petty. That fear of looking stupid seems insignificant. Death gives life urgency. It strips away the nonsense and shows you what actually matters. If you had 1 year left, would you waste it worrying about what people think? Principle 8. Other people's opinions don't define you. You're in prison right now, and the bars are made of other people's opinions. Epictetus said, when someone speaks badly of you, they're speaking about the image of you in their mind, which is constructed from their own biases and insecurities. That image isn't you. You cannot control what people think. You can be the kindest person, and someone will call you a pushover. Be confident, and someone will call you arrogant. There's no version of you that pleases everyone because everyone sees you through their own distorted lens. So stop performing for an audience you can't satisfy. They're going to judge you anyway. You might as well be yourself while they do it. Principle 9. Be present. Most of your suffering doesn't exist in the present moment. It exists in thoughts about the past or anxieties about the future. Right now, without adding stories, are you okay? Usually, yes. But your mind pulls you to the past to replay mistakes or yanks you to the future to worry about disasters that'll probably never happen. While your mind time travels, your life passes you by. This moment is all you have. It's the only place where life is actually happening. When you come back to now, most problems dissolve because they only exist in your mental time travel. Principle 10. You always have a choice. No matter what happens, no matter how trapped you feel, you always have a choice. Not in what happens to you, but in who you're going to be in response. That gap between stimulus and response is where your entire power lives. Epictetus was a slave with no external freedom, but he maintained complete internal freedom by choosing his attitude, perspective, and character. Nobody could touch his inner peace without permission. Someone betrays you. You choose whether you become bitter or learn to trust more wisely. You lost your job. You choose whether it's failure or redirection. That choice, practiced consistently, builds unshakable character. You're not a victim. You're not powerless. You have everything you need to be unshakable. Not because bad things won't happen, they will, but because you now understand where your true power lives. It's not out there in circumstances you can't control. It's in here, in your mind, in your choices, in your response. Knowing these principles isn't enough, though. You have to practice them when it's hard, when you're triggered. It won't be perfect, but every time you choose differently, you're building something unshakable inside yourself. If this resonated with you, smash that like button. Your like helps YouTube recommend this to someone who desperately needs it today. Subscribe and hit the notification bell because I'm bringing you more wisdom that can transform your life. Most importantly, share this video with someone who needs it. That friend going through a hard time, that family member who's stressed. Be the person who introduces them to the philosophy that could change everything. Drop a comment telling me which principle hit you hardest and which one you're focusing on this week. I read every comment. Now stop watching videos and go apply what you've learned. Your life is waiting. Your power is waiting. Your freedom is waiting. Go claim it. Stay stoic. I'll see you in the next one.